Good morning. I'm happy to welcome you to IPAC and that's Institute of Public Administration of Canada and the Institute for Social Research of York University, our joint event today, the Forum on Capitalism and Good Jobs. This is the second event of a three-event series on checking in on capitalism. It's our rising concern that there are fundamental changes underway in the economic system in the Western industrialized countries that we really need to pay attention to. And our first session back in June was on income inequality. This focuses on the employment impact of the changing economic system. We have the aim today to examine how these changes are affecting the so-called good jobs, the ability of our economy to generate good jobs, especially for young people, but really for all. And in order to help us understand this phenomenon, we have assembled a very strong panel of speakers, moderated by Doug Cudmore, of the business editor of the Toronto Star. Our first speaker this morning will be Dawn Desjardins of the Royal Bank Economics team. She joined the RBC in January 2006 as a senior economist and is now the assistant chief economist of RBC. She's responsible for macroeconomic and interest rate forecasts for Canada and the U.S. Second speaker will be Leah Vosco, a professor at York University. She's Canada Research Chair in the Political Economy of Gender and Work at York. She teaches courses in public policy, women in politics, and labor and employment, and conducts research on labor market insecurity in Canada. The next speaker will be Andrew Langille, a Toronto-based lawyer who practices employment, human rights, labor, and administrative law. In his spare time, he acts as general counsel of the Canadian Intern Association. He has lectured extensively across Canada and internationally on unpaid internships, youth labor market issues, and intergenerational equity. Jim Stanford, the last speaker, is economist with Unifor, the union formed in 2013 from the merger of Canadian auto workers and the communication, energy, and paper workers. Jim received his PhD in economics in 1995 from the New School for Social Research in New York. He writes an economics column for the Globe and Mail and appears regularly on CBC Television's Bottom Line Economics panel. The format for this morning's forum will be that Doug will introduce the topic in a few minutes. Then each of the speakers will speak for about 12 minutes. We'll then have a discussion among the speakers, and the last half hour or so will be open for your questions. So now I'd like to ask Doug to introduce the topic. I can grab this one. Okay, sure.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out. As I was getting ready to host the panel this morning, I kind of tossed around the idea of what is a good job. And sadly, the idea I came up with first was a job, which is moderately funny, but really kind of sad when you consider what makes us feel that way right now as we kind of try to pull ourselves out of the recession of late last decade and as capital becomes more fluid across borders. In 2008, which was not very long ago, but in other senses feels like an economic lifetime ago, a group of leading thinkers met here in Toronto for a Good Job Summit, and they came up with a list of what they consider to be the keys to a good job. And those keys included the ability to have full-time, stable employment, the right for everyone to earn a living wage, the need to be safe and healthy at work, enforcement of labor standards, the right to have a collective voice through unionization, recognition of diverse qualifications, skills, and creativity, pension and benefits of medical, dental, vision, and disability needs, adequate access to work, training, and advancement, and the ability to retire with dignity. As our panelists talk this morning, I think it's worthwhile keeping those points in mind. I found it fascinating to think what of those keys we still hold dear and what have kind of fallen by the wayside over the last 5 or 6 years as the economy struggles.